Hello everyone and welcome to tonight's Elite Dangerous livestream. I'm Community Manager Will and tonight I'm joined by the lovely Adam Berkwaite, Principal Lead Designer on Elite Dangerous.
Yep.
And the Executive Producer, Adam Woods.
Good evening, Commanders.
How are you gents doing?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Very well.
It's an
Extraordinarily well.
It's an exciting night tonight because we get to, for the first time, show off the April update that's coming to Elite Dangerous next week. It's coming next week. That's really
long
soon.
weekend for everyone, and then we got ourselves a little, long weekend for people in the UK.
Yeah.
Sorry about anyone else that doesn't have
You've got to go to work on Monday, I'm afraid.
Don't say to your boss, Adam said that you could have a long weekend.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Then you get a little present on the day, on the return to work.
Yeah, so it's nice. It's nice. We are restreaming tonight, so we are across Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer. So you might be tuning in from lots of different places. Hello, I hope you're all well. So before we go into the meatiness of the April update,
The April update.
Before we do all that, I wanted to delve just a tiny bit because we've got something to show you about the all-new Interstellar Initiatives. But before we do that, Adam, could you maybe give us a summary of what that is? We're about to go into more detail.
Yeah, so Interstellar Initiatives are a way of taking the tools that we kind of already have in the game, kind of mixing them up with probably roughly a month-long narrative, and at the end of those providing players with a reward which can provide a more lasting effect on the universe and the galaxy.
Awesome, awesome. So we're going to show you a video right now that goes into all of the details, and this is going to be also posted on the forum, so you can go and leave your feedback and we'll get back to that after the live stream. So Sally's off camera giving us support, so Sally, you can play the video whenever you're ready. Greetings, Commanders. Out there, across 3 different floors, are loads of exceptionally talented artists, developers, sound engineers, testers, and more, all creating and contributing to the galaxy of Elite Dangerous. Back in March, we announced our plans for the future of Elite Dangerous, and the team are hard at work on the next major milestone, as well as a host of updates that are coming to you this year and beyond. But today, I wanted to talk to you about something a little extra that's coming to Elite Dangerous. All new Interstellar Initiatives. We've always said blaze your own trail, and every time you as a community have continued to blow us away with what has been achieved. With Distant Worlds, we've seen thousands of commanders embark on a journey across the stars. There's been the creation of the Fuel Rats, a selfless group of saviours and Samaritans, and wings of commanders who have rallied behind their groups to be crowned winners of the Dangerous Games. There's been all this and more. It's because of the amazing things that our community do every day in Elite Dangerous that we've been inspired to enhance our weekly community goals and events. We're adding more curated experiences and narratives supported by our development team. So what are Interstellar Initiatives? Well, there are a series of in-game events that play out over the course of around a month. Each one will feature several phases that will evolve as the narrative progresses, ending with a conclusion that has lasting effects on the galaxy. This could be a permanent change to a system, the introduction of a new module or synthesis recipe, or, perhaps more drastically, alter the very structure of the galaxy's superpowers. We've got a bunch of tools and systems that we can use to create and engineer these stories. Temporary changes to star systems, new scenarios and community goals, all of which will be utilised to create dynamic, time-specific events. This will be your chance to be part of the history of Elite Dangerous, shaping the future of the game's galaxy. We're going to be running more of the Interstellar Initiatives throughout the year, and I personally cannot wait to see how all of you get involved. And without further ado, let's take a look at the first Interstellar Initiative. But spoilers ahead, so stop watching now if you want to wait and see how the story unfolds. Even before Ramtar's endeavour to learn more about the Guardians was a thing, other groups have been keeping keen eyes on the leftovers of this ancient race. Whether that's to delve deeper into the struggles they faced against the Thargoids, or to tap into the power possessed by their mysterious technology. Bridging the gap begins with the arrival of the corporation Zende Partners. Ambitiously, they seek to gain the support of freelance commanders in helping them harvest technology from Guardian sites dotted around the fringes of human space. With your help, Zende Partners will facilitate the creation of a permanent megaship ferry. This will travel to a location voted for by independent commanders. In doing so, their hope is to excavate as many relics and technology as they can, making it easier for you to gather Guardian materials now and in the future. Guardian excavation is about to get very lucrative for relic hunters and pirates alike, but these won't be the only ones with a vested interest in these sites. As the event unfolds, numerous parties will seek to profit from this mad rush for Guardian technology. With the presence of a rival corporation looking to muscle in, how will these interests affect the event, and what will they be willing to do with that technology to gain your support? So that's our first Interstellar Initiative, a narrative centred on the Guardians and their technology. We'll have more Interstellar Initiatives in the near future, and these will touch on other aspects and areas of the game, so there'll be something for everyone, be you a pirate, political activist, or cargo hauling space trucker. Keep an eye on future transmissions for more information and to see how these stories will unfold. See you in the black, Commanders. There you have it, the first Interstellar Initiative.
Woo.
Bridging the gap. Had a lot of fun making that video.
I could tell.
I rehearsed the lines to a T, so I can say for word, out there across 3 different floors are loads of exceptionally talented artists, developers, testers, sound engineers, designers.
I wish you didn't say in the video, but yeah, that's fine. We'll gloss on.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm very excited to get it going.
Yeah, and the first one is going to be starting on April the 29th, and the first thing players are going to get to do is do a community vote on the sites they want to see that kind of ferry moving between.
So we won't say too much more in case you didn't want to watch the video for spoilers.
Spoilers. No.
So we won't go any further.
No more details. So the first one starts on April 29th, and we'll have more information to follow about how you can get involved. So very, very soon. But something that's coming even sooner than that.
Much sooner.
Much sooner.
Really soon.
Next Tuesday. Is the April update, and that's what tonight's live stream is actually about. We wanted to give you a sneak peek to the Interstellar Initiatives that are coming. So, without further ado, say that again, let's take a look at the April update. Adam, you're going to walk us through this.
The Adams.
The Adams.
The Adams Family Show.
The Adams Family Show. Am I Uncle Fester? Can
I mean, you said it, I didn't. But sure.
Or thing.
So we're going to start off with one very quick caveat, which is the classic. This is a hot build. It's an old hot build, so that's why you'll see some interesting amounts of money that I may or may not have as a commander, because I've got some dev privileges. So don't take some things for
final.
Exactly.
Yeah. You've got dev magic, but before we go into, I want to rest on this menu.
Yeah.
But can we maybe talk a little tiny bit about the initial updates and what we're doing with the first of these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as we laid out in the update a month or so ago now, we're looking at how to kind of ease some of the newer players into the game. We're all very aware that Elite is a huge sprawling galaxy filled with content, and just flying your ship can sometimes be quite overwhelming. So we're looking at easing players into the game a little bit, so giving some pointers here and there. But interestingly, seeing this first update come together, this April update, I've seen how this is actually going to be useful for a really broad spectrum of players. We saw with Chapter 4, the end chapter of Beyond series last year, something sort of unexpected to happen, where people hadn't tried mining, for example, were suddenly going, oh, that looks quite cool, I'll try mining. Or people hadn't found some of the geological sites on planets.
Yeah, I think the exploration stuff really, the way we started to bring stuff out a bit more, allowed people to find things they hadn't seen before, and that was exciting.
And I think there's certain parts of this update that do that as well. Again, kind of go, oh, actually, I hadn't thought about that activity, which I'll talk about a little bit. So yeah, I'm quite interested. I think we've got a little bit of quality of life for both what could be viewed as new early players, but also long-term veterans, as you want. Yeah.
So let's take a look. This is a fresh menu.
Yeah. It is. You might some of the seasoned players will notice a few differences on here. I'll just go into turn the pad on first of all, because that will help.
Good start.
So what we've done is just refresh the UI a little bit. We've updated some of the visuals, but more importantly, we've given ourselves some room to explain some of the options. So here, when you go into options, we've got instantly a little bit more understanding about what controls are, graphics, all those sorts of things, which follows in through to the sub-menus of these things as well. So just making it a bit clearer for new and current players what to do. But let's get involved. So we've cleared our save here.
Yeah.
We're new commanders. We're fresh. So we're going to go through the all-new commander flow. So before, you were just putting your commander name into a kind of black box, and there wasn't really much engagement there or much kind of sort of information about what it actually means. And here, so we're now introducing you to the Pilots Federation, which, as you know, is quite a big part of the Elite universe. I can type in my commander name, I can select my body type, and then continue on. Now, again, as a dev, I've got access to all the packages we could ever imagine.
Yeah.
Brand new players will kind of skip this package section. If you haven't got a package to select from, you'll skip this and you'll go straight to the next screen. But we're going to select the new commander one.
Yep.
And then you see a little bit more, again.
Which doesn't normally start with that much money.
No,
Yes,
so
yeah.
the 100 million credits is, again, some dev magic there.
Yeah.
But we're bubbling up some of the information about your ship, actually getting the player to understand that, this is a big, important part of your elite career. You're starting in this fantastic little Sidewinder ship. Let's make it a little bit more informative about what's going on.
Seeing it for the first time. There,
Yeah, exactly.
Only one ship gets to be your first ship.
Yeah,
That's a really
let's
nice
set off
way
on a
of
good
putting
foot.
it,
exactly
yeah.
that. So let's continue past. I'm happy with that. Again, we've already got ship naming and ship IDs, but we just add the option here. If you want to name your ship straight away, you can. We're going to just continue past that. Now, this is something slightly new, and this is introducing a new Pilots Federation district, basically. On the right-hand side, we have the standard package starting location. So we still are looking to support the previous Kickstarter packages and all things like that, so there's no kind of change there. But this new collection of systems, starting with Dromi, is a Pilots Federation starter district.
Yeah. So it's an area that's designed for newer players. So I think we'll go into that more when we go into it. But it's important to note that everything going on there is a stripped down, easier to learn version of what's in the rest of the game.
Yeah.
So commanders who are already out there won't have access to this area because it is permit locked to give those players a bit of an easier ride. But there's nothing in there that they're really missing out on.
These are sort of easier missions.
Yeah, so it's missions where we've stripped out the wrinkles, we've made them, lower numbers, just making it easier for people to get their foot in the door.
But it's the same as going out into the black, if that makes sense. So it's to give yourself an area and chance to kind of ground yourself there, but you won't be surprised by anything when you go out. So you're not missing anything by not being in there, but it's just a nice entry-level set of systems for players to start in. So we have our pilot's license. We are ready to go. We will confirm that. And then we have the option here to either jump straight in, or we can try the training simulations. So these are the training missions that we were called missions before. We're calling them training simulations. We're going to skip that now because I know how to fly a ship. I don't need to worry about that right now, do I?
We will see that tonight.
Yeah,
won't we, Adam?
yeah, absolutely. So we're going to jump straight into start. And what you'll see here is also we've got loading screen tips. So we're going to have a variety of different tips and hints that will play whilst the loading screen is playing, just to add a little bit of information.
The thing is, are you that good a pilot?
Well, I've said it. I thought I was.
And
I think I might have gone a little bit. Where were those simulations? They're right back at the beginning. No, they're not back at the beginning, because we have now added them to the home tab on the right-hand panel. So you can see here we've got the training option. I can now open that up, and I get straight to the three options: training simulations, challenge scenarios, and the videos. So if I open up the training simulations, I now have the list of standard simulations we've always had in the game. It's just I can now access them from wherever, from my cockpit.
Well, actually, no, because as part of this, we've done a quick revisit to these. Some of them have had a few issues and we've smoothed off the edges a little bit, especially the infamous advanced combat, which is more completable for newer players now.
It was very advanced.
It did need you to be
believe it was
pretty
very
good.
advanced.
So now you just have to be quite good.
Yeah, so I can choose to start any of these simulations from the cockpit. my ship is safe. It's kind of like just exiting back to the menu. So it does also, very importantly, still adhere to if you're in danger.
Yeah.
So it's not a combat log exploit or anything like that. So if I was in danger here, I couldn't just skip out of the game.
Yeah.
But I know my ship is safe whilst I'm in the simulation. Pausing, I can restart it, or I can cancel simulation and just head straight back to my cockpit. So that's a really nice addition.
Yeah.
And again, it's open to everyone wherever you are, in the galaxy.
So making those training missions and the simulations more accessible, right there when you're playing the game if you want to brush up on
Yeah,
the
it's a
skills.
great thing that if, for example, we've got the mining one, you might have come back from somewhere, or you've just decided, hey, I want to be a miner.
Yeah.
You can just jump straight into it. You don't need to jump out of the game. We're trying to provide all the things in the game.
In the game, not in the
everything
menu.
you need.
Yeah. Cool.
So I've done my simulations. I know how to fly. I know all the ins and outs.
So he says.
As part of the new journey of new commanders, a Pilots Federation representative will give you a starting mission. It's a pretty straightforward one.
Yeah.
It's one to just courier some information across to another port, but importantly, it kind of teaches you, or it kind of guides you along some of the key elements of the game. How to use your new undocking computer, which we'll go through in a second. How to get across through host space into another system, use a bit of supercruise assist, dock at a port, and then hand it in. So we'll go through that now. And again, that's also on my transactions tab, beginning your journey. But I feel I could make even more money. I could supplement this trip.
You've got room.
I've got some cargo.
Put something in your cargo.
I've got some cargo racks. Why don't I do some trading?
Well, I have been stowing away aboard your ship, so my bedroom is in there. So
Yeah, we'll get rid of that.
I'll get rid of you.
We'll get something else.
That's
All right.
an easy choice.
I see where I stand.
So you can see we didn't shoehorn that in at all. But as part of the April update, we've also taken a look at the commodities market interface. And what you'll see straight away, first of all, is that we've now got kind of two sections. So before, or currently, it's just one screen, all buy, all sell,
All
demand,
listed
supply, everything is all just in one thing, and you have to kind of siphon through all the different columns.
Yeah.
Whereas now, we've split it between buy and sell. So depending on what you want to do, you just go to the relevant tab, and then the information for that tab is displayed in one situation, in one place.
Can I just say this is my favourite part of this update because I've done my fair share of trading and dabbling in it.
Yeah.
Now I'm thousands of light years away from the bubble, and now I need to come back and do all of it.
And get some trading.
Get there.
Or just wipe your save
and start
afresh.
I could do that too.
You could do that.
We'll see. But yeah, sorry, I just wanted to say
No,
this is one I'm looking forward to the most.
The other thing we've added is some filters, so you can filter for various things that you want to look at or don't want to look at, which helps obviously with whittling down when you become a bit more of an advanced trader. You can select the goods you're looking for, or mission goods and things like that. So let's explain what's going on in the screen.
Yeah,
It
so
looks like you want to say something.
obviously you've got your list of goods. I think if you maybe not. There, at the bottom of the screen, you'll see that there are some tags or labels that can be added. So rare goods and mission goods will be highlighted on this
So
screen.
you can see along the bottom, you've got approximate profit, rare goods and mission goods. So if I had a mission to source synthetic meat or something, then that would actually be highlighted to point out, hey, look, there's a mission good here. You might want to buy this. But if you're just sort of straight trading, we've also bubbled up some more information to the right-hand side. And for new starters, we've actually given you the market data for nearby systems. So what we've got here, if you look at synthetic meat, on the right-hand side, we've got consumed by and produced by. So instantly I can see that I'm not going to even try and pronounce some of those names.
Holatia.
So the system Holatia, which is 5 light years away, Fermat City, is buying synthetic meat at 833 credits a ton. Well, I can buy it here for 190. So that's not a bad deal.
It's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
So you can already start to see where the best place to sell these things are in a local area.
But even better than that, the current galactic average, so profit if sold at galactic average, what that's saying is if you were to sell that average across the galaxy, you'll make about 300 credits. But you could be even more precise than that with the compare and suggested markets, where you can search your market data that you own. And really lovely is it points out any stations or markets that you've got a mission to go to. So that's what we're trying to do. I'm trying to supplement my mission reward by taking some goods with me. So I'm going to select Kohelior Station.
And just also to highlight here that information on the right. So it tells you about the system, how far away it is, the market type, and also the landing pad size, which is something that should make people a little bit happy.
Absolutely. So let's apply that. And now you can see that right-hand column is now comparing it to that station. So let's have a look at consumer technology.
No, advanced medicines we should go.
Advanced medicines, that's the one, yeah. So I can buy it here for 1,000 a unit, and I'm going to make around 600 credits per unit in profit. So that seems like a good thing for me. So let's go ahead and buy some of that. Again, we're bubbling up that same market information in the right-hand side here, but with one step extra. Let's just get that loaded up. I can actually select these. And what does that do? Well, it takes me to the galaxy map, filtered by advanced medicines with the commodity market filter, so that I can see it straight away. So we're trying to link all of this information and data that's been in the game for a long, this went in, blimey, at the 3.0, which was February last year. But now we're linking it together. So this should be useful for all level players, basically. And what I can do here is, of course, plot a route straight to that market.
There you go.
So now I know where to go.
You've timed your mission and your cargo haul in together.
We're just making the most of our time.
So I'm going to buy that. It's going to be easy for me with my 100 million credits.
Bit low of a price.
And then let's take a quick look at that in my inventory, because one of the...
we haven't stopped
there. We don't stop there.
There's more.
There's always more. There's always more. If I open up the inventory or the commodity, as you always have been able to do to discard your units, we've added a little bit of information here, so you can see that high-tech economies produce this type of good, and everything but high-tech will consume it, of course, because they're producing it. But you also get a little summary of what the good is. You can open the galaxy map again to the filtered commodity, so let's just have a quick look at that. There we go. And you can also look at the pilot's handbook.
We'll go on to that in a minute.
What's that?
Oh, Adam will come to that later.
Interesting. But importantly, the actions you can already do when you open up this menu in the game, you can still do. So we haven't added any extra clicks or buttons or anything like that. It's just we've actually managed to add more information and more quick links to different areas and features of the game, basically. But let's not jettison or do anything with it.
Yeah, we want to keep hold of those.
So
I think it's finally time to start getting on with our journey, isn't it?
Little game of Spot the Difference for the advanced commanders out there.
Yeah, anyone notice? Tell us in chat.
There is a very small difference on this screen, which is the fact that it doesn't say launch anymore, it says auto launch.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because you currently have the advanced docking computer installed. And the advanced docking computer is a new module that sits alongside the normal docking computer, which lets you undock automatically as well as dock.
Yeah.
The docking computer still exists in itself, but that only does docking on the way in.
And that's just one of two new modules.
Yeah.
So we've also got the Super Cruise Assist, which we'll demonstrate later. And all new small... No, this is a test for me. And Adam's going to check.
Shall I just
think
do it?
maybe Adam
go on then,
should
Adam.
just say
Okay,
it.
so all small ships will gain 2 new size 1 slots, which are unrestricted. Medium and large ships will get 1 slot. If you buy a small ship brand new or when you start the game, you will have Super Cruise Assist and Advanced Docking Computer in those 2 slots. If you buy a medium or large ship, you'll have Super Cruise Assist in that new free slot. So,
but if you're an experienced commander who doesn't need either of those modules, which
exactly
might be the case, you can sell them.
It's up to you if you want to use them or not. So shall we try it?
Let's do it. And I'm going to go through the checklist very quickly.
Yeah, it's an important for a new commander.
Obviously, this
Still
is still
important for me sometimes.
only ever on the first time.
Yeah, of course, that's why we... It's funny, it goes to show how much we cheat our games rather than clear our saves. And I'm going to put the pad down so that I show you there's no black magic here. Well, there is black magic
No,
because
there's no cheating.
I've been working in this industry for 12 years and I still don't understand how writing words onto a screen on a computer then turns it into this. I think it's absolutely bizarre, but there you go.
Here we go.
So here we go. One thing
hands.
to note is that it does, like docking, it will respect the side of the slot that it should be going out. And if there's a queue or if there's some busyness, then there is a kind of a waiting, a holding pattern, or a wait for it to slot before moving out.
And I think it's important to say, and this actually works along with all of the new modules we're introducing, that they are specifically assistance modules. They are not autopilot modules. You are expected, the same way as I think, Adam, you said with cruise control in a car, to still be capable of taking control of your ship if something were to go awry.
Absolutely, and I can at any point in that time, if I just was to apply throttle, it would break out and I could
as you
take
can
control
already with
of
the
as with the docking computer.
So you can see that, of course, we already plotted our route to Matet through the Galaxy map, through the very handy linking of that. We can have a look at the navigation tab.
That's different.
That looks a bit different, doesn't it?
I spy
might
a lot of little things.
Lots of little things, yeah.
So let's talk through them.
So along the top, we have rearranged this panel a little bit to add some room for that left-hand column, which we'll talk about in a second, which means moving the plot or the plotted route information that used to be crammed into that left-hand side along the top now. So if this was more than one jump away, there would be a separate section telling me how many jumps I had to go and then my final destination in Matet as well.
Yeah, it does a really nice next jump. How many jumps you've got left?
Exactly.
Final jump kind of setup.
Obviously filters and Galaxy Map and System Map are still there. And then this left-hand column, Adam, what about this?
So this left-hand column is all about bubbling up information to this top level that's really important. So I think if you go all the way to the bottom, there we are.
There we go.
So the first thing here, we're showing two symbols. One is for the fact that you have a mission there. It's also highlighted blue to properly
Really
to make sure that you're doing it. You've got the fact that you've plotted a route to this place showing there.
Yep.
And keen eyes will also see that the system icon for that location is slightly different, and that's
You look at
because
it compared to that one.
yeah, it's inside the Pilots Federation district, which is this area we've set aside for new players.
Which we can have. I'm going off script a second.
Oh my god!
Oh, we haven't planned for this.
No, we haven't. Let's just change that to realistic. So I just wanted to show that we also show the district in the Galaxy map by showing the icons of that same icon that you can see in that navigation panel. So you can quickly see, as a new player, I want to stick within that district for a while. You'll know that you're jumping to them.
And that district area is permit locked. So anyone who is beyond having the first rank in either combat exploration or trade will lose their permit. And for new players, when you gain that first level, the first time you dock outside of the area, you will lose access to that permit. So you can stay in the area for as long as you feel like you need. But the area is also set up to not have huge ships or super powerful weapons. It's about an area for you to get used to the game.
Cool. So bringing it back on script, because I really want to do a nice. I really want to do a nice segue from the Galaxy map. Can you go back to the Galaxy?
Hang on.
Just because I lost it. Because Adam had a very good point.
Taking it off script means taking it back
on.
script.
So I'm taking you off script again. So looking at this, it's linking those icons, and that's sort of what we're doing with this menu. We're linking pieces of the game, areas of the game together. That's all I wanted to say. But you said something really good. So
also, just a quick notice that there's a legend down the bottom there in the Galaxy map.
Yes, there is.
So that's another thing we're bubbling up to people to help them learn. So if we go back out to that column, so there's a load of different icons in here.
What do the icons mean,
We're
Adam?
putting lots of different things in there, but these icons here are all about the kind of activities that are available at that location. So from the top here, you can see Dromi. That's a body, planetary body, and it has exploration stuff to do there, and it also has mining. You'll also see, if you jump into this pop-up, that we have bubbled up even more information. So this pop-up is dynamic to the sort of place that you're looking at. So for bodies here, it will tell you whether you can land, if it has rings, whether you've mapped it. The sort of stuff you'd normally have to go into the system map to find out, we've tried to bubble up the most important stuff and put it here. I'm going to say bubble up again.
Highlight.
And highlight the information we feel is really important. So if you jump back out, there's a few other things there. So we can see that Mawson Dock has trade highlighted because it's a port. The nav beacon is great for bounty hunting, what we're calling mercenary work and piracy. And I think red sites are down the bottom there. And even without going in, you can at a glance see that piracy, mining, and
Bounty hunting.
mercenary work. Bounty hunting. They're icons. Remember the icons.
So, but as time goes on, commanders will.
You'll
these
very,
icons
very
and you'll
quickly
be able
learn
to
those icons.
See where.
And in fact, if we jump back into one,
Yeah.
you'll see that there's a whole new range of buttons along the bottom. So we've got all the old ones there, which is locking on, system map. But there's a few there with a book.
What's this pilot's handbook I keep seeing?
So let's go in.
Let's have a look at mercenary.
So the Pilot's Handbook is an area of the codex that we've set aside to try and give some information to both new players, but also as a reference guide for older players. As we said earlier, perhaps you've decided that you're bored with mining after earlier on, and now you want to get some guns going.
Yeah.
So we've got this section called mercenary work here. So yeah, as you go through, you'll see there's lots of information and pictures and that sort of thing to just try and help ease players into an activity and provide a reference when they need it. So there's the 8 activities we've recognised for now and the information we've added in. But we also found that people very often needed information on maps. So we've added a section on maps there, including how to navigate and all that sort of thing. And crime and punishment is important in our games, so there's a section there.
Backbone. Be good.
So, like the Codex, this is something we can contribute to in the future as well for new things we introduce in the future again.
Absolutely. And the information also stretches to other systems as well. So if we look at a nearby system, you can see, again, that information that kind of is sat in some of the map situations. We just bring it forward and allow people to have a look at it quickly if they want to, or just move on, because again, like the inventory panel updates, the actions you could take in this pop-up before the update are still here, so it doesn't take it any longer. It's just that there's other options if you want to get involved in these things, such as looking at the galaxy map and such things on Wolfskin. There you are.
And another thing, just to note, if you're looking at a station, we will provide information on whether it has a large landing pad.
Has appropriate landing pads.
Sorry, appropriate. Yes, so
yeah.
landing pads for your ship.
And then, but yeah. So,
is that everything on that? No, it's not.
Oh.
So there is something there, which because we are in the Pilots Federation district.
But we can see it in the next system.
Oh, can we?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the dry run, I found that there is someone there.
I'm glad
So
we
we'll
did a
do
dry
that.
run.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you know.
Absolutely. So hold on to your seats, folks, and stay tuned because it's going to be a good one. Not that it's not already good, but it's getting better.
And in fact, there's something to notice as soon as you finish your hyperspace jump.
Yes. So let's do that now. If I remember actually, let's just do it from here because I can't remember what the classic contact controls are. Even though I should know because I'm playing on PlayStation. Yeah. Right. Let's throttle up. So here we are.
It's all right. We're going to Matet.
I apologise for
Where
drinking water. I've got a very sore throat. I'm sorry.
You don't have to apologise for being ill. How dare you?
I feel I do, but that's fine.
We all need sustenance.
So this is our mission location and also the location.
Yeah.
Of the cargo.
So look out for an alert splash that will come up in a second.
In the info panel.
We've kind of had this sort of thing in before and then taken it out. And now we're putting it back.
We had it one way, then we had it another way, then we had it another way. And we just kind of kept going back. We thought, do you know what? Let's just add it in as an option.
Yeah, so Hyperspace Dethrottle is now linked to the Supercruise Assist module, which means if you have that active, on your right-hand panel, on the brand new section called Flight Assistance, we've moved some of the options from the first ship tab into here because we were kind of running out of room, wanted to make it look nice. And specifically, there's Advanced Docking Computer and Supercruise Assist stuff in here, so you can turn that stuff on or off, including Hyperspace Dethrottle. So if you're the kind of guy who, or person who likes to come out of hyperspace full throttle, straight into it, scooping around and onto the next place, you can still do that and have Supercruise Assist. You just come in here and turn it off. So the idea was that we'd gone back and forth on this for a good reason, because different people like different things. And for some people, we've had a lot of new people trying our game recently, and one of the number one things we heard was I just hit stars too often, and it really did hurt their play experience.
I've been playing for a year and a half, and I'm still doing it.
The exit of our hyperspace jump got us a nomination at the Developer Awards for most impressive moment in gaming, right? So new players go, whoa, because you're suddenly, boom, straight in front of this star. So absolutely, by default, stop the ship as well, because otherwise you're just going to go and pancake
And
straight
enjoy
into
that
it.
moment.
Exactly
Yeah.
that, exactly that. So we're in the new Matet system. We have our port locked because we used the plot route to market system.
First, you promised me to show a little something on your left-hand panel, in the navigation panel.
I did, didn't I?
You did.
Boy, do I hope it's still there. No, it's not.
It's not there.
No.
So, anyway, we'll
I
go
lied. I must have jumped to a different system.
Or you got close enough to USS to identify it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
possibly.
threat
Apologies.
levels are something that exists in the game. And basically what we've done is we've taken a look at the ship, what you're in, your combat rank, and worked out whether we feel this scenario or USS or whatever it might pose too much of a threat for you.
Yeah.
So if so, one of the icons that will appear on that list is effectively a danger icon. It can appear in both human and Xeno flavors. So it's just there, again, for new players, to show that this is very difficult.
Yeah, to know
to
that if
take
they're
on.
in too deep and they need
Absolutely.
to get out.
But it doesn't stop them from going there.
No.
So you can, if you want to.
Just a bit
It
of
just
advice.
says, hey, look, it might be too difficult for you. You know, just to give you that little bit of, second, are you sure? It's like your mum saying, put a coat on. You go, I don't want a coat on. You go, all right, I'll take a coat.
And our elite players out there aren't likely to see that because they're elite.
Yeah, they're
And
elite.
they should be able to deal whatever comes at them.
Nothing to
So-
be scared of.
What's this Super Cruise Assist then, Adam?
So Super Cruise Assist is a new module that helps guide you through Super Cruise to your destination. It's not complete autopilot, as I said before. It will keep you at the right speed, keep you locked on to the location. But if something gets in your way, if someone decides to come and interdict you, it's not going to help you out. So it's for you to be doing stuff like looking at Galnet or talking to members of your squadron, that sort of thing. You could probably go make a cup of tea, but you're taking your chances.
Read up on Galnet.
As you mentioned earlier, you are taking your chances because this is not sort of to take control of your play style. It's there to assist you.
Yeah. If you're interdicted along the way, you have to deal with the interdiction.
Yeah.
It doesn't deal with it for you. And as you'll see, let's engage it now. So I could just, throttle up and Super Cruise over there myself. None of that has changed. You come out of at the new system in Super Cruise already. It's just one of the new options when you select a location is this Super Cruise Assist. So let's turn it on now. And it says align with target destination. So I use my compass and I've got Kaolo Station. Now it tells me to throttle up. So I pull the throttle up into the blue zone when the ping goes blue, and now it's active. If I was to turn away from it, it just says, hey, align to destination. So I sort of give it within a reasonable point, and then it will sort of give me a little nudge, but it doesn't do everything for me.
Now, if there is a body or there's something that obscures this location, how does it work then? Is it something? Will it just bypass it automatically, or?
Nope. It will warn you that the target is obscured, but it doesn't pilot it for you. It's just it's an assist, like Adam says before, and literally like the module says itself. It's an assist. It's not autopilot or kind of fire and forget. It's
Before you get too far, it does have one other string to its bow.
It does.
So I don't know if you want to select the planet. And if you decide to Super Cruise Assist to something that's on a planet, it will automatically do this. It will not guide you down to the surface.
No.
But we have Super Cruise Assist and Orbit.
Oh, sorry, Matet. Super Cruise. So it changes. So if I select that, of course I'm already pointing
You're pretty
that
much,
direction anyway. But let's see what happens when we
I
get
think you should put the pad down just to prove to people that
Yeah.
it says
None
nothing
of your
to do.
dev magic here.
none of my dev actually playing the game magic.
This is probably my favourite thing, especially with the exploration stuff we introduced last time. I think it fits really well, and I think there's some content creators out there who are going to enjoy this.
They will certainly appreciate it. Having live streamed Elite a lot, it's really nice if you have a question that comes in and it's something you need to sort of answer,
exactly
but
that.
you're en route to somewhere. This helps with that. It's great.
Oh my goodness! Oh, it's not going to pancake into the planet because it then enters a safe orbit distance from the planet, and the ship will now just orbit this planet as long as I want it to. Well, as long as it's got fuel, I suppose.
Yeah.
As long as it's got fuel.
really
We went and had
nice.
dinner while it was orbiting this planet in the dry run, so it
There
came
you
back
go.
to it. Yeah.
So it's really nice because those who love to make screenshots as well can really just.
Yes, you've
get
got
into
full
orbit
head
and-
look whilst you're doing this.
Yeah,
You can.
so I can have a look.
Oh.
It now says orbiting destination, and I can watch this beautiful moon and go around it. And as Adam said, if I had targeted a location on a planet side, it would do this as well. So I could then take the opportunity to orbit around it, or not use it and just fly straight to it, or use it to approach the planet and then manually take the orbital glide
control.
and stuff. But let's get to this station.
Let's do it.
Which is
So you're then aligning
just-
and-
Here we go. So we're going to align. There it is. Throttle down a little bit. So I was going a bit too fast. And again, I'll take my hands off the pad. I feel like not Darren Brown. Who's the other guy? The American
David
chap?
Blaine?
David Blaine. Watch.
Are you in a box?
Nope. Whoa.
You're a
Sort of.
dev magician.
We're in a studio.
Lots of people watching,
Yeah.
but I'm not trying to escape because I love it.
So the other crucial point from this is it doesn't only point you there. When it gets close, it will drop you out properly.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that, again, we found people really struggled with, actually. So for long-term players, it may seem like the simplest thing in the world, but actually a fair few people really struggled with it. So this really just takes the pressure off for them.
Mm-hmm.
There's still the danger in the world of all these ships flying by who could be interdicting you, but
You would then have to
doing
do
this is
control and stuff like that. So it's dropped you out in front of the starport, and now you're good to go in.
Yeah, and of course I'm going to use the auto dock feature as well, just because I don't actually use it that often, and I think it's quite a nice little thing. So we'll request docking. Here we slow down for auto dock. Again,
put the pad down.
watch. I'm going to roll my
Just
sleeves
to
up,
really make it clear, I'm going to put it here. I'll give it back.
just
Don't
so that I can I don't know what I was going to say, mind control
Mind
it. If I could
control.
mind control it there, I could
It's
probably
just
mind
to
control it
prove that this is, well, we all know the auto dock.
Yeah, we absolutely- everyone
The
knows the
undock
auto,
is the
yeah.
new one.
Absolutely. But we're just showing the.
But it's just nice, isn't it? It just feels like more of a magic show if we put things aside.
Mm-hmm. So it comes, nice little skid approach here. Sarah's very proud of her docking computers.
There you go.
There we go again.
I'm going to hand it back.
Thanks.
We can't tell you how the magic is done, of course.
I'm not intelligent enough for that, I'm afraid. So we're approaching pad 44. Lucky for some.
Quite a nice, easy descent.
Yeah.
So whilst you're doing this, you could be listening to down at audio. You can.
Good
obviously
question here from Zulu Romeo. Does auto dock and auto undock also work on planets?
Planet ports.
Planet
Yes.
ports, it
Yeah,
does.
absolutely.
Planet
Anywhere
ports,
that
yes.
you take off or land on a pad, such as we just did here, so installations.
However,
dockable mega ships.
I would raise one point.
Oh yeah, this is important.
Which is quite important. Again, it undocks as an assistance and it will take you a certain distance away from that planetary port. However, if you are on a very high gravity planet, you will want to make sure you are there to take control immediately. Because it's clever, but it can't
Gravity is-
defeat gravity.
yeah.
And here's the danger icon.
Ah,
It's turned up.
there we go.
I knew I saw one somewhere in my dry run, so I must have travelled closer to them, right?
Yeah.
So here you can see this is a threat level 4, which is 4 levels above my combat rank of harmless, because I am harmless. I'm a harmless guy. It may be too challenging for you, and that will change. It's a human threat, so I know there's no Xeno in there, but there could be Xeno. So just a nice little
Sorry, before we go on to the next bit, there was a question about Super Cruise and will it do the descent onto a body for you?
No.
But
no,
it
it'll
doesn't.
enter orbit around, and then you decide manually.
Yeah, you'll have to still
approach that.
sort
Yeah.
of do that. Yeah.
So we're here now. I want to hand in my mission. So we go back to the Starport services. Just along the way as well, actually, because during our journey across here, I was getting inbox messages from my handler, as it were, to kind of giving me encouragement, and yet you're doing the right thing, and as you're progressing through to this port, which is great.
Just giving you that little bit of assistance. That a
So
new
we've got
player
the
might
icon
need.
there saying there's something at the mission board. Beginning my journey, get that lovely get them credits. Well done. And that's it.
Which
That's
is
the
quite
start
nice
mission.
if you've just started out and you don't have.
Yeah, absolutely. 10,000 credits, that's a lot
You've
of money.
then got the option to go to outfitting, and there's some pretty good stuff you can get for 10,000 credits.
And let's not forget, I've got my advanced medicines to sell.
And this is actually interesting because we didn't show the sell screen before, and it does feel slightly different. So, for example, if you have stuff in your hold, those are shown, they're highlighted.
Can we just go back quickly before you sell that? Just so
Yep.
it's...
So you can see cargo in the left-hand panel. I've got 4 there, and from a glance, I can see that one's slightly brighter than all the other ones. So as I'm scrolling through this list, but I can also say that it's present in my. If I was to apply it, you can apply just having things in your cargo, so you can just deal with what you're trading with and not anything else.
But you've also got these the stats on the right-hand side, which are kind of flipped. Because they give it's subtle, but they give slightly different information.
Oh, yeah.
So, for example, if you were looking here now, you could actually see that maybe if you were to go to A and D, you might get a bit more money.
Yeah.
So that is the choice you've now got. At the very last second, you can be like,
Oh, actually,
no, I
maybe
need
it's
them
not
extra
right.
400 credits.
Yeah.
So that kind of might get you into this ever-going loop of, at some point you might want to sell. Just saying, the fuel costs alone might start digging into it. But yeah, it kind of takes you on this loop around the kind of loops that people already. It's helping people find them.
Yeah. So there's one more thing.
Oh, there is,
You're supposed to say, so that's it.
I
And
was,
I go,
but I was
come on, this is rehearsed.
I couldn't remember my line.
Wait, go again.
Right, let's start that again.
Cut.
Because they're not watching. This isn't live, is it?
We're the
Is
It's
it?
not live. It's not live.
We are
It's
the
fine.
best actors.
Right, ready, go.
Is that it?
Well, there's one more thing, William. Because once you own a ship,
Yeah.
it
it's
then
yours.
becomes the background to the main menu. And there is our beautiful Sidewinder on the back on the main menu. If I had a paint job or ship kits or decals, they would be appearing there. And not only that, but also bottom left, we now have an area to display headlines from Galnet, or maybe there's a community post that we want to kind of talk about in there, or there's something happening on the store. There's now a little carousel which will just cycle through some key highlights from certain areas of the whole world of Elite, from, like I say, community store and Galnet.
So there's some really...
And of course, our commander information top
right
as well.
there, so you can see where you're at, with all of your bazillion credits.
That was a good trade run.
That's a nice little segue to, I think, a giveaway. And I don't have images for this, but this has never been given away before.
Wow.
But it's the Frontier Crate Phantom paint job. So if you're familiar with the Frontier Crate Mark II paint jobs that we've given away previously, this is a brand new one that nobody has before. So you guys will be the first owners of this.
Wow.
So what do you want the community to say in the chat? We're going to pick 3 winners.
We didn't
winners.
decide. How about assist?
Or Interstellar Initiatives, because that's tricky. You've got to really type that out.
They're not going to check the spelling, but sure, Interstellar Initiatives.
Interstellar Initiatives, very nice. Sally, I think I'm going to go a little bit off script here. So all you need to do in the chat is put in hashtag Interstellar Initiatives. Just pop that in the chat, and we're going to pick 3 winners from across YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer. And Sally, I want to go a little bit off script, but maybe we could show the Interstellar Initiatives video again. For those that missed it or are just tuning in late, these are the Interstellar Initiatives that will be coming just after the launch, or the first one will be beginning.
May
commencing.
29th.
May 29th? April 29th.
April 29th.
April 29th. Ooh, gave me a heart attack. April 29th, first Interstellar Initiative. This update, we'll be right back after the video. So if we could just jump to the video again, Sally. Greetings, Commanders. Out there, across 3 different floors, are loads of exceptionally talented artists, developers, sound engineers, testers, and more, all creating and contributing to the galaxy of Elite Dangerous. Back in March, we announced our plans for the future of Elite Dangerous, and the team are hard at work on the next major milestone, as well as a host of updates that are coming to you this year and beyond. But today, I wanted to talk to you about something a little extra that's coming to Elite Dangerous. All new Interstellar Initiatives. We've always said blaze your own trail, and every time you as a community have continued to blow us away with what has been achieved. With Distant Worlds, we've seen thousands of commanders embark on a journey across the stars. there's been the creation of the Fuel Rats, a selfless group of saviours and Samaritans, and wings of commanders who have rallied behind their groups to be crowned winners of the dangerous games. There's been all this and more. It's because of the amazing things that our community do every day in Elite Dangerous that we've been inspired to enhance our weekly community goals and events. We're adding more curated experiences and narratives, supported by our development team. So what are Interstellar Initiatives? Well, there are a series of in-game events that play out over the course of around a month. Each one will feature several phases that will evolve as the narrative progresses, ending with a conclusion that has lasting effects on the galaxy. This could be a permanent change to a system, the introduction of a new module or synthesis recipe, or, perhaps more drastically, alter the very structure of the galaxy's superpowers. We've got a bunch of tools and systems that we can use to create and engineer these stories. Temporary changes to star systems, new scenarios and community goals, all of which will be utilised to create dynamic, time-specific events. This will be your chance to be part of the history of Elite Dangerous, shaping the future of the game's galaxy. We're going to be running more of the Interstellar Initiatives throughout the year, and I personally cannot wait to see how all of you get involved. And without further ado, let's take a look at the first Interstellar Initiative. But spoilers ahead, so stop watching now if you want to wait and see how the story unfolds. Even before Ramtar's endeavour to learn more about the Guardians was a thing, other groups have been keeping keen eyes on the leftovers of this ancient race. Whether that's to delve deeper into the struggles they faced against the Thargoids, or to tap into the power possessed by their mysterious technology. Bridging the gap begins with the arrival of the corporation Zende Partners. Ambitiously, they seek to gain the support of freelance commanders in helping them harvest technology from Guardian sites dotted around the fringes of human space. With your help, Zende Partners will facilitate the creation of a permanent megaship ferry. This will travel to a location voted for by independent commanders. In doing so, their hope is to excavate as many relics and technology as they can, making it easier for you to gather Guardian materials now and in the future. Guardian excavation is about to get very lucrative for relic hunters and pirates alike, but these won't be the only ones with a vested interest in these sites. As the event unfolds, numerous parties will seek to profit from this mad rush for Guardian technology. With the presence of a rival corporation looking to muscle in, how will these interests affect the event, and what will they be willing to do with that technology to gain your support? So that's our first Interstellar Initiative, a narrative centred on the Guardians and their technology. We'll have more Interstellar Initiatives in the near future, and these will touch on other aspects and areas of the game, so there'll be something for everyone, be you a pirate, political activist, or cargo hauling space trucker. Keep an eye on future transmissions for more information and to see how these stories will unfold. See you in the black, Commanders. So there you have it, the Interstellar Initiative and the update all rolled into one juicy live stream.
There's a lot there.
Yeah, so we're going to be going into more details about the Interstellar Initiatives as time goes on. We've got our winners though, our winners for the new paint job. So on Twitch, Machu D Chu is our winner on Twitch. On YouTube, we have Cyberboff, that's B-O-F-H. And on Mixer, we have Emerald SS1. You guys are winners, well done. Please email us at community@frontier.co.uk so we can get those codes over to you. And you can redeem them in time for the update next week, so it appears on the main menu. Isn't that exciting? So that's it. But as is customary for one of these live streams, I'm going to set a little challenge for you two. Could you just reel off everything that's coming in this update?
Main menu update, new commander flow update, your main ship being your background on the main menu, newsfeed carousel, which can also take community and store information, and Galnet, nav panel update including activities, more information from the system map and from the galaxy map on ports, on allegiance, on governments, redesigned route plotting segment along the top of that nav panel, extra information on your inventory panel and any commodities added, commodity market interface update, buy and sell plus filters, 2 new modules, Supercruise Assist and undocking or advanced docking computer, which now also includes undocking.
2 new slots.
2 new slots.
On small ships, one slot on medium and
tool
large.
tips for the galaxy map, the pilot's handbook, links around the pilot's handbook, and also links to the galaxy map where needed, and a whole lot of connecting thinking to bring all of these things together in a very coherent package.
Also
something
training
for
from the cockpit.
new players and old players, and the training, because he had to get one in.
There you have it. Lots of things. I didn't even count and make sure it was everything. But there's a load of things. We're going to be posting a recap as well on the forums.
Start zone.
And the Pilots Federation.
Federation District.
Yeah.
So we're going to recap everything on the... I didn't mean to stare you down.
Sorry.
Like,
Stop talking.
better close up the screen now. So
Can I go off script very quickly as
Yeah,
well?
you can,
And
we may as well.
I know I might not be able to do this, but can I just give a shout out, because we've got lots of people watching, and I'm sure you're all very much behind the incredible charity work that Special Effect do. If you Google Special Effect and Alison Woods and London Marathon, you might find her Just Giving page. She's running the London Marathon in just over a week's time for Special Effect. If you've got a few pennies, I would be very grateful if you donate them to the wonderful cause that is her running 20 however many miles, all in need for Special Effect. To have a little look. Thanks.
there you go.
And that was because I got all the things right, that's all.
That's because you got all the things right. And Special Effect is a charity that's very dear to us as well. So yeah, check that out. Thank you for that, Adam. So that's it. That's everything for this live stream. We'll be back on Tuesday, where we'll be, while the servers are down, we'll be putting on another live stream, which will be a little bit more casual. We'll be getting up to a lot of fun things, so tune in for that. So just to reel off some launch
The
day.
April update, launch day.
So to reel off some dates for you, April 23rd is when the April update is out, so you'll be able to get your hands on this for yourself. And then on April 29th, we'll be commencing the first Interstellar Initiative, which, as Adam alluded to earlier, starts off with a community vote. So yeah, that's it. That's everything. So
That is everything.
thank you for tuning in, everybody, and we will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.